ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸುವಾರ್ತಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಾವೀಗಾಗಲೇ ಪಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಸಿಥೋಲೆ ಅವರೊಂದಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸಿದೆ. ಬಹಳ ಆಸಕ್ತಿಕರವಾದ ಅವರ ಜೀವನ ಶೈಲಿ, ಬಹಳ ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ರೋಮಾಂಚನವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಅವರ ಜೀವನ ಕಥೆ, ಅವರ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಬಾಲ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಯೌವನ ಕಾಲ. ಮತ್ತು ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವರ ಅವರನ್ನು ಆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡಿತು. ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ಸ್ವರ ಅವರನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡಿತು, ಏನದರ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ, ಅದರ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನು, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೇಳೋಣ. ಪಾಸ್ಟರ್, we do welcome you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Thank you so much.
I was amazed to first when I heard the names. We know your childhood and your youth days. There is no excitement or no joy. Everything is filled with pain.
Yeah.
But how you survived in your childhood and your youth days, and what is your family was able to feed you, or what you were having in the jungle?
Well, in the jungle, my family had some few dogs, and my father and the village people, they were living on the hunting animals and so on.
Right.
That is what we were eating. Apparently, another day, this was when I was really very young. I was crawling, not walking. And my father gave some bones to the dog, and the dog was eating. I was crawling. So as I was crawling, went there to eat the dog food. That dog bit me. You can see the scar here. When that dog took my face away, and my eye went out. And the good news is that the dog didn't eat my eye. He just ate the rest of the skin.
Right.
And my mother came, pick up the eye and bring it back on my eye. Supernatural, I don't know even right now. I can't explain in detail. They told me that this eye was out. I don't know how it reconnected and then so on. I believe was by God's miraculous power.
Amazing.
Because He knows how to preserve His.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that was the story still of the safetyness from the jungle.
Even from the childhood, the protection of God, the edge of God is around you, and
It's true.
And we can see that, and even we can experience that even through your life. And as you were saying, back to what
the trail. Yes. Yeah.
And would you tell what happened next?
So next while we're at the door, the road is the trail is lost, and then the sun was up. We go, and then we see the sun is going down, and now the fear is coming on us. We're getting overwhelmed. We climb the tree. We take out the shade. You tie with the tree, and your shade you hug the tree, and then we sleep. And sometimes we were sleeping on the rocks when we find the rocks, and then sometimes, most of our time, we were climbing the tree, the very nice tree, and not watching. Maybe the snakes might be there with us. Right. You hug the tree, you take your own shade, you tie underneath, so that when in a deep sleep, you can't fall, because when you fall, you die.
Yes.
And you tie it, and then you hug, you sleep. And then sometimes there was a root when we were thirsty. In the jungle, always there is a root that comes from the ground all the way up to the trees. You have to cut, and we didn't have knives.
Right.
And then we have to use our teeth to cut that root. When you cut that root, and the root drops the water.
Yes.
And then we drink from that water. And then sometimes we could find the banana, and the monkeys and so on, they didn't see the banana. It's hidden. It's almost like supernatural provision. We could eat the bananas, and satisfied, we continue our journey. So that we count the days are getting by. We count the time and so on. It's just going by. We spent almost like 14 days in the jungle.
So your journey was almost like adventurous in the jungle.
In the jungle, yes. We were smelling
no water, no food.
No water, no
shelter.
food, no shelter. It's just only living from the wild berries.
Right. And you were telling that you almost passed 2 weeks in the jungle, walking.
Yes.
You don't know where you're heading and which
direction. If we were going south or north or east,
there is
we were just
no
wandering.
compass as well.
No compass.
Which direction to go? No maps.
No, nothing.
So, as you were walking, or as your friend is there any conversation took between you and your friends, and is any interesting things that happen in between you, or any argument, or were you able to convince your
It
friend?
came to a time that my friend had began now blaming me.
Okay.
Yeah, sort of like in conversation, he was tired, and then he was saying, so when he first dies, I will be in trouble, or when I first dies, he will be in trouble. We were just talking like those things. And then we have to look after each other very intensely, so that one could not die and leave one.
Right.
So sort of like those things.
Okay. So did in your journey of that 14 days or 2 weeks or
Yeah.
did your friend ask anything that which maybe questioned him, or any doubtful, or did he just believed you, or just he trusted your words, or was he having any expectation kind of thing that he was looking for, or he just simply followed you?
He actually simple followed me.
Okay.
And actually, because in their family they were practicing like something like that.
Okay.
In their family, but I didn't have any background
Right.
of anything.
Right.
What the background I had is the spirits.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So your friend was absolutely no doubts or whatsoever. He was just following you. But in his mind, I just is out of curiosity I'm asking.
Yes, yes,
Did
yes.
he had any expectation that he may be getting something, or
I think in his mind he thought it was just only a journey of going out. Tomorrow we coming back.
fun, like a fun? So you don't know the plan of God. You don't know what is happening, what is going to happen next.
Yes.
So once you lost the way, all the
It was good that we lost the trail. If we didn't lose the trail, he could have come back.
right. And
Yeah.
what happened, Pastor, after 2 weeks of your?
And then what
journey?
happened is that this is another mysterious.
Right.
They're in another province,
Right.
a place called Villanova. It means a new town. There was a man by the name Lucas.
Okay.
He was a Christian.
Okay.
He had a dream.
Right.
On his dream say, you go to this tree, acacia tree, and two boys will come at your way.
Wow.
You have to take them into your house.
Right.
That was on his dream.
Okay.
Great. On the following day, the men went exactly on that oldest acacia tree of that village.
Right.
As he was arriving there, we were arriving also the same time.
Amazing. What a coincidence.
The man, without asking us any question, he just say, let's go to my house.
Wow.
The man took us into his house.
Okay.
And then without a question, they rush with the water to bath our body. They rush with the food to
Right.
eat. And then it was already around 4 something. By 8 evening-ish, we stay, we talk something. He's not asking us questions.
Okay.
We're talking something else. And he just treat like he's known us many years.
Okay.
And then we slept. The following day, it was early in the morning, his wife cooked the sweet potato. He was sitting at the chair. We sit on the reed mat.
Okay.
And he was to say, come here. We went there. And he asking us, guys, where are you from?
Okay.
And where are you going?
Right.
Great. We started telling the men the village where we're coming from. We're coming from Sabi village, and then so on. And he said, where are you going? We say, actually, we don't know where we are going.
Do you know, after you meeting Lucas, right?
Yes.
Do you know, or will you able to figure out how long you walked in that 14 days?
When we today, that time we couldn't figure it out much. But after looking a map, it could be impossible. Why could it be impossible? Because we lost in one province and we got found in another province.
Right.
And between the province, there is a big, huge river.
Right.
Which on that river is impossible to cross by feet.
Right.
And we didn't see river.
Okay.
And I think was the mysterious from God. If we could walk that way, it needs to walk through Zambia or through Congo to come instead of not walking on the water.
Right.
But I don't remember no river, nothing. And I looked, what had it happened? Actually, there was a supernatural transportation so that we can meet this man.
Amazing.
And that this man will lead us to a place where God was calling us to.
Amazing. So what was the distance from your provenance, from your village to the provenance which you went to the
There,
person?
I didn't do the calculation, but
Okay.
one thing that is impossible is the river.
Okay, river is impossible to cross.
Yeah, it's
But
impossible.
even in the modern days, what is the maybe a rough calculation about your provenance? to
In
the-
modern days, I never made that calculation anyway.
Okay, okay,
Yes, from
very quite
that
interesting.
village and so on.
Okay.
And even making that calculation, we could make a calculation through the river that distance.
Yes,
which we didn't see.
we cannot.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And as it was quite interesting since you heard the voice
Yes,
and that voice gave you the direction
yes.
and you started following the
A trail.
and
Yes.
your friend accompanied you
Yes,
and now you landed in other province
yes.
and you were treated like as though they know you.
They know us.
Now
yeah.
they next what was going through in your mind? What was going through in your mind in the sense like what was your next goal or what is you were expecting or what you wanted to do or what happened?
Actually, at that time, we got an expectation of saying, oh, thank you, or what, thanking the Spirit, or thanking what, that at least we find the people.
Right,
Yeah, and then we are not going to die anymore.
right,
We find the people, we can work for them, they will give us the food, and at least we are still alive.
right.
That was the hope that we had.
So you had a hope that somehow I found someone, now I can work or I
Yeah,
can take...
the life is now in the good surface.
Okay, now Pastor, tell me, from that point, how your life took a shape or took a turn and what happened?
Great is still in that mystery is in that morning. Something has to begin changing now. And then Mr. Lucas started explain to us about the creation.
Okay,
It is pity indeed to find out to someone that has went to school and he studied about the creation and so on and not believing in God. That is pity and shame. God exists.
right,
I didn't know. And then as Mr. Luca was explaining, and sadly I fell in trance. At my mother's home, they were training us to be in trance so that the spirit can speak, the beat and so on. I never felt in trance.
okay.
But when Mr. Lucas was explaining
Right.
about God, about the creation, about Jesus, all things, suddenly my eyes was just like choo-choo.
So
I
you,
was in another world.
so you were aware of spirit trance even before meeting Mr. Lucas.
Yes, because at home they were saying that you
Right.
have to be, and then you will be in trance, you will see things and so on, and somewhere into the spiritual realm.
So your family, I just wanted to ask, is your family was training you or giving instruction or anything, rituals that...
There was a lot of ritual, as I told you,
Right.
that they were covering with a blanket,
Okay.
they were singing all night,
Right.
and if you don't manifest, you come with a wooden spoon, they
they'll
beat you on the head, and then you have to manifest,
Right.
and then was all, but I never felt in trance.
Right, right. But what happened exactly and what was the trance and what was that experience?
And the trance was like when my eyes, when he was talking, and about the creation, about the plan of God, about Jesus, immediately my eyes went like a clip of just something. Suddenly, I couldn't see him anymore.
Okay.
Suddenly, I was standing at a place of hell.
Okay,
There was a fire. I didn't know about hell. I didn't know about anything. But it was a big pit with a fire inside. And the fire was going up higher and rising. I was standing on a hedge. And like any second, I can fall into it.
Right.
And my life is gone. There is no way that I can come out.
Right.
And then I started crying because I was crying as I'm standing there. And then Mr. Luca, he understood that this guy is on trance. He started beating me on my shoulder. He beat me. Now I come back to my memory. What's going on? I'm not saying the fire anymore. He said, as long as you breathe, you have a hope.
Wow, what a amazing experience. As long as you live, you have an hope. So let us hear what is that hope. Let us know what is that. ಪ್ರಿಯ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಅವರ ಜೀವನ, ಅವರ ಪ್ರಯಾಣ, ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ರೋಮಾಂಚನವಾದ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಂತ್ಯದಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಂತ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಲ್ನಡಿಗೆ 14 ದಿನಗಳು, ಕಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸ, ಅನೇಕ ವಿಧವಾದ ಅನುಭವಗಳು. ನಾವು ಇದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಮುಂದುವರೆದು ಕೇಳೋಣ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಿರಾಮ. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆಸರ ಟಿವಿ.